Hi, it's Jason in Jason's Jungle. Now, I showed you my propagator, the Secret Jordan Dark Propagator that I'm going to be using this year, and now I'm going to show you it in use. Nestled in my garage, I've got my propagator, Secret Jordan Dark Propagator, and this is where I've been growing off all my seedlings so far. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to open it up and show you what I've got growing in there. Look down here, this is the ground floor. Because I milk bottles full of water, that way I don't shock the plants by putting cooler water. You can see a little radiator that kicks in when the temperature gets too low and kicks off when it gets high enough. If it's really cold, then right at the back, you might just be able to see it there, I have a tube heater, so that kicks in to give us a bit extra boost, like when we had the snow the other day, and it kept everything above 15. And then I also keep compost in here, although that's probably going to have to come out when I rejig me internals for me tomatoes. On this level I've got two propagators. These are dome propagators, they don't have a built-in thermostat. So what I have here is a temperature sensor that has a probe that's plugged into the soil in one of the containers, and that measures it. Now this whole grow tent is linked up to a Raspberry Pi, which runs a smart home application called Home Assistant, and all of this gets automated. So the heating comes on when it's needed, the lights come on when they're meant to be on, and I have temperature and humidity sensors here, and these all get monitored. The only thing it doesn't do is water at the minute, and I might have to work something out for that next year, you never know. But I'll probably be losing one of these, or that might have to move down to the bottom when I pot them in tomatoes, because they're going to need more height. This is my middle tray. I've got some peas started off, they're ready to go down the plot. Sweet peas, these are old seeds. It didn't have an email address on it, it had a fax number. One's come, I inherited these from my Auntie Pauline seed packets when she went. I decided just to plant them and see what came. I've got in the front all my outdoor tomatoes, so these are all bush plants. You can see they're starting to come through now. And at the back I've got golden purslane for salads, and then more salad stuff here: kales, broccolis, lettuces, endives, spinaches, mustards, callaloo, cauliflower, chervil, parsley, and they're all growing okay. They're ready to go down to the plot. Now, see this big box here? It does temperature, it does humidity, but it also does CO2 levels. So I can see when it goes down, because all these plants will be eating up CO2, and then to get more CO2, I can either open it up like this and let CO2 come in from the outside air, or I can turn on the vent and get it to pull through. And it's basically as long as it's over 500, because this drops down to 400, then I know, it's used up a lot of the CO2 inside. I've got a little fan here. These are just PC fans I had lying around, USB powered. They do help move the air around, which moves CO2 around, but also keeps it from getting stagnant, and helps basically shift all the heat around. Going up another level, I've got my peppers growing. I've got some shallots and onions in the back, which are going to go down to the plot. This is the pot that golden purslane came from. So all of them 70 odd plants came from this first bit. What I'll probably do is I'll use these as microgreens. Got some cacti growing, Scotch bonnet and sweet pepper that I bought in the shop. Some crimson crush, needs potting up. One single orange banana seed that I had left over, so I might as well plant that, and that needs potting up. the rest of my indoor tomatoes, which definitely need potting up. And I will do them later on today. And then they're probably going to need more space because they're getting very close to the lights. And on the top floor, we've got lemongrass, basil, Mexican marigolds, my melons, which need to be potted up as well. Some savoury, and what was the other one? Celeriac. The extractor fan is right in the corner, you can't see because it's external. And then this little mini dehumidifier helps keep the moisture down. If moisture gets too much, the extractor fan comes on, that takes off, you know, the excess and drops it down a bit. Okay, I hope you found that interesting. As I say, I've got a few things going, and quite a bit of work and potting up to do now, so I'm going to get on with that.